did it! We rode the very first Shinkansen to Tsuruga.
Yeah, from Kanazawa.
We got seats on Fukui Prefecture's first ever bullet train, and today I'll take you with us for the ride. In 2015, Kanazawa was connected to Tokyo through the Hokuriku Shinkansen. Almost a decade later, on March 16, 2024, the line was extended to Tsuruga in Fukui Prefecture. In today's video, we'll get excited about trains way too early in the morning, ride the first Shinkansen to Fukui, spend the day in Tsuruga, and explain how to buy Shinkansen tickets and navigate train travel in Japan. Also, today's video is sponsored by Klook, who you can use to book your own train travel plans. So I'll start bright and early on March 16th when we were biking to the Kanazawa train station. It's 4:30 in the morning. You might be wondering why I'm on a bike right now. Well, the new Shinkansen extension opens today, and we're gonna go to Tsuruga. We were trying to arrive as early as possible, but we still didn't beat the crowds. This was the opening ceremony in the station. Reserved tickets for the first train running between Tokyo and Tsuruga sold out within 4 minutes. The reserved tickets for the train we were trying to board, the first one from Kanazawa to Tsuruga, sold out in just 1 minute. The tickets we had were non-reserved, meaning that a seat wasn't guaranteed. Sometimes on busy travel days you have to stand when riding the Shinkansen, but for this opening event, I was worried there wouldn't even be enough room to board this one at 6 a.m. Speaking of tickets, how can you get tickets for train travel in Japan? You have 3 main options. Buy individual paper tickets per trip, like we did today. Use rechargeable IC cards, like Passmo and Suica, or use regional pass tickets. One of the most popular pass options is the Japan Rail, or JR Pass. This is only available to tourists, which is why we weren't able to use it. This pass lets you ride unlimited JR-owned transportation for a flat fee for 1, 2, or 3 week periods. In 2023, the price of this pass was increased, but I think it's still worth considering as a convenient option, especially if you're someone who doesn't want to spend time planning individual tickets and would rather have the freedom and spontaneity of an all-you-can-ride option. If you're planning to visit Japan, you can get the JR Pass through today's video sponsor, Klook. I think the best reason to use Klook for the JR Pass is because you'll also get points from the purchase, which collect to give you travel discounts. You can put points towards your hotels or booking experiences, all in the same app. Since we weren't eligible for the JR Pass as residents, I bought our paper tickets at a regular ticket machine in the station. But if you're able to get the JR Pass, I'll explain how to purchase and use it through Klook later in the video. Finally at 6 a.m., the train was ready for boarding and the line started to move. It was exciting to be part of a crowd that was so eager to board this first train. I was even more excited once I realized that we were actually making it through the gate and onto the platform. All the policemen and train employees were trying to politely welcome train enthusiasts, but also firmly telling everyone to calm down and walk slowly.
What if we got there and everything's different?
Yeah. Only 2 cars on this first train will be open to non-reserved seat ticket holders, so that's where we were heading.
Every single cop in Kanazawa.
Well, we got on the platform.
Almost.
It's a little confusing, but the name of this specific train is the Tsurugi, and we were heading to the city of Tsuruga. The Tsurugi is one of 4 train categories that run on the Hokuriku Shinkansen line. It's the very first train that goes to Tsuruga. Fukui Prefecture won't be the end of the line for the Hokuriku Shinkansen. The plan is to extend the line to Kyoto and then to Osaka. This won't happen until 2046, but it's something to look forward to. Oh, we might actually get seats. I couldn't believe we were able to board, let alone get seats. The latest extension means that cities in Fukui Prefecture can be reached from Tokyo in about 3 hours, without any train transfers. Shinkansen trains are always so quiet inside. Everyone was excited for the trip to start. Finally, we were off. You can hear the departure melody here. From Kanazawa, our ride to Tsuruga took a little less than an hour. The Hokuriku Shinkansen line was opened from Tokyo to Nagano in 1997, in time for the Nagano Winter Olympics. In 2015 it was extended to Kanazawa, and now this new extension gives Fukui Prefecture its first ever Shinkansen line. In fact, one of the stops, Echizen Takafu Station, is a brand new station. You might be wondering, why did the extension end in the relatively small port city of Tsuruga, rather than Fukui City, the prefecture's capital, or somewhere else? Actually, Tsuruga has a really cool background as a historic railroad town. Tsuruga was the first city on the Sea of Japan coast to build a railway. Then in 1957, Tsuruga was the first city to fully electrify its trains with alternating current. Tsuruga was also the port for the Europe-Asia International Connecting Train that operated until World War II. This line meant that passengers could travel from Tokyo to Europe on just one ticket, via a ferry service from the port of Tsuruga and then the Trans-Siberian Railroad. So now that the Shinkansen is open for the first time in this prefecture, Tsuruga can once again build on their roots as an important railroad town. A 2023 survey by Brand Research Institute based in Tokyo found that Fukui Prefecture was voted 38th out of 47 prefectures to visit. I think this prefecture deserves better, and I hope that the new train line can help share it with more people. It wasn't long before we reached the final stop.
We did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
こちらの下りのエスカレーターとなっております。足元ご注意ください。
We're trying to wait in the line so they can stamp our tickets so we can keep it and not just have the machine eat it.
There's only one stamp.
We got to keep them. So what if you want to ride the Hokuriku Shinkansen too? One of the options I mentioned earlier was getting the JR Pass as a tourist. So I made today's video in partnership with Klook, so check them out in the link down below. Klook has a really convenient mobile app and discount system, which you can use to buy the JR Pass in your own language and currency. Here's how it works. First you buy the JR Pass for whole Japan online or in the Klook app. Then you receive the paper voucher in the mail. You'll exchange this voucher at any JR station or ticket office when you arrive in Japan. Then you just enjoy unlimited JR rail travel during your trip. If you want, you can also reserve seats with the JR Pass at no extra cost. Either take your pass to a ticket office where the staff can help, or scan the pass QR code and choose your seats at the green ticket machines in any JR station. So now we're gonna have a fun day here in Tsuruga in Fukui Prefecture. The first place we walked was Kehi Shrine. This is a large shrine complex built in 702.
And this is one of Japan's top 3 wooden torii gates.
Pretty cool. This shrine was also visited by the poet Matsubara in 1689. When you go under a torii gate, you might notice that people walk on either side. That's because the center is reserved for where the gods walk. I got a Goshuin stamp, or an honorable seal, that you can get at both temples and shrines to commemorate the date and location of your visit. They're usually around 300 to 500 yen, and I put them in my Goshuin show, or seal book, when I get home. Want to see it? Ooh, this is really cool paper, actually. It's like tie-dye. So nothing really opens in Japan early in the morning, and Tsuruga's not any exception, but it's nice to walk around while things are pretty quiet. As we walked around Tsuruga's downtown, we realized that there were so many cute things to see along the streets. My favorite were the little cat paintings hidden in different spots between the shops.
I like them down there.
Those are so cute! There were also several cute face cutout boards that you could pose with for photos. The streets had dozens of beautiful bronze statues from a couple anime series, Space Battleship Yamato and Galaxy Express 999. Though the creators of the anime aren't from here, they both feature themes of ports, railways, science, and the future, all things that Tsuruga wants to be known for. In 1999, these statues were built to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the opening of Tsuruga Port. Oh, my train trinkets? You want to see them? So you didn't ask, but look, I got this little Shinkansen keychain with Kanazawa Station on it, and this is our local train line. So I put both on my bag for our train day, so I can be truly train otaku. We were walking from the station to Kehi no Matsubara. On our way, we stopped at this morning fish market. There's this really cool fish market here, and they let me go upstairs and see the old crab nets and everything, which is really neat. This is Tsuruga Port.
If you look in this direction, there's Minoya Liquor Port, where you can get all the liquor.
The smaller, lesser-known port.
Yeah.
Kehi no Matsubara is a kilometer-long pine tree park. There are walking trails here, and the blue of the Sea of Japan was so relaxing. Look at the little beach. It's really nice out here. Every August, there's also a fireworks show here, where they shoot off thousands of colorful fireworks above lanterns floating on the sea. So that if you look at this park on Google Maps right now, it's busier than usual. So I guess if you come here, it will be a pretty chill, relaxing little walk through some pine trees. So we're cutting through the pine forest right now, and we're gonna head back towards the station. We seem to eat outside the stoop of a Family Mart often. Got some natto rolls, some coffee, got a packet of onigiri. Inside this konbini, they were even selling special edition instant noodles for the train opening, and they had a nice map of the city that we picked up. Tsuruga streets were even more fun to walk around once the shops, restaurants, and food trucks opened up. It's 11 now, and it's way more lively out. Things are actually open now. There were vendors lining the streets today to welcome crowds from the new Shinkansen. There's more to do in Tsuruga that we didn't even get to. You can see the train museum, the Port of Humanity museum, Kanazawa Park, or the Kanazawa Castle ruins, not to mention all the nearby cities in Fukui Prefecture that are worth visiting. We ended up getting some hashiyaki. Hashi means chopsticks, and yaki means something fried. I've seen it described as an okonomiyaki on a stick. Negi mayo hashigaki. But it was tasty fried batter topped with mayo, dried fish, and spring onions. That's really good. From here we started heading back to Kanazawa, and by this point in the day, the station was really crowded. At one point, everyone started looking up in the sky and pointing, even though we couldn't see anything, which was a little unsettling at first, but then we saw planes flying by in formation, creating jet stream art in the sky over top of the station. If you have a JR pass, you wouldn't have to wait in a line like we did for tickets to get back home. Residents can't get that pass, but what we should have done instead is bought our return tickets that morning when we arrived in Tsuruga Station. Instead, that afternoon we were waiting to buy tickets for the new Happy Line back to Kanazawa. It was crazy busy since it was the first day. But we did make it back, and I'm really glad we took the trip. We're back at Kanazawa Station after a pretty big train ride day. It was really fun to see Tsuruga and to be on the first Hokuriku extension since 2015. And thanks again to Klook for letting me partner with them to bring you this video. Thanks for coming with us again today, and we'll see you in the next video.